Welcome to Alexandria. We've been expecting your arrival. I hope you will like the accommodations.
You dare address this Roman instead of your rightful queen? Well, he should not. This is not his palace. I'll see to it that you are painfully executed, guard. Now get out of our way. It's working. I am angry. Get this man out of my face before I do something we'll both regret.
She is not my queen. I am a Roman citizen.
This is my land, and I'm the queen of all who dwell in it. Charmian, enlighten this man. Now that this minor annoyance is taken care of, let us move ahead with our meeting.
Welcome to Alexandria, honored Romans. May Ra's light shine upon you.
This is unacceptable. I need access to the library so I can continue my work.
Under no circumstances may the accountant be disturbed. Pharaoh's orders.
But I have a duty to continue the chronicle.
There's nothing I can do.
Do not send servant girls to the quarters of the Senator's guards. Do you understand?
I do, but he asked for her by name.
I don't care. Send one of the men. If he complains, tell him to speak to me directly. So he finally granted an audience to that strange priestess.
He did. I doubt she'll leave that throne room alive, the way she acts.
I'm going! Stop chasing me by the goddess!
You're lucky the Pharaoh didn't have you executed, idiot girl.
Wow, rude! You want me to call down a curse of Ubasti upon you? Because I've just about had it with you people!
You can't curse me.
Try me, you'll see.
Just go home. The Pharaoh is expecting important guests.
It seems not. He's intent on going through with this ludicrous festival. Oh, it's going to cause so much trouble.
My husband is throwing a festival. How unlike him.
I don't know who your husband is. The Pharaoh wants a festival of Serapis in Memphis. Ubasti will be so angry, not to mention everyone else.
Indeed. My husband, the Pharaoh.
Your husband, the Pharaoh? That means you are... Oh! Forgive me, Your Majesty! I didn't recognize you! That is
Continue.
so... I'll continue. Well, I waited here a month to get this audience and then... Oh, they were all counting on me back home, and I blew it. We worship the old gods in Memphis. He's doing this against the people's will. It's disrespectful. I may have lost my temper a little.
And yet your head is still attached to your shoulders. Perhaps my husband does retain some small measure of respect for the old gods.
I guess?
We're looking for a place where books and ledgers are kept. Do you know it?
The library? It's the building right over there. Good luck in there. I'm going to go find a corner to cry in.
You are a mess, girl. I will sit with you.
All right. Thank you. Do you like cats?
You are in the presence of Ptolemaeus Theos Philopator, he who rules over land and sea, this world and the other world, of the dead and of the living. He who is the face of the sun and the will of the Nile.
Hello, husband. You look particularly pathetic today.
It is always good to see you, honored wife.
It is customary to greet a foreign ruler with a bow.
Certainly not a Roman custom I am familiar with. Speak not until spoken to, sir, eh? You worthless
Be
piece
quiet, Marcellus.
But...
Yes, Senator.
You bore me with your pointless posturing like impotent roosters. Shall we get on with it? Or would you rather I leave?
Very well. There seems to be a lot of animosity between the different parties in this meeting. This kind of thing serves no one. Let us talk. I am sure we can reach a meaningful and satisfactory solution to our conflict. I am merely an advisor to His Majesty, here to protect Rome's trade routes. Legion? By Minoa, of course not. Marcellus and his men are here for my own protection. They are my Praetorian Guard.
A living god does not have friends.
His Majesty understands us and our objectives in this region. It is natural that this brings us together. There seems to be a minor disagreement between a husband and his wife. You seem to be taking sides. Ill-advised, in my opinion, but I'm sure there's nothing I can do to dissuade you. Marcellus, take Hortensius and help them. But do as you're told.
This is inconvenient. We need to find those documents, but we can't do it with Loco's men hanging around.
They don't look formidable. I think we can kill both of them easily.
I'd be really happy if we could get rid of them without leaving behind more corpses. Calida, you're good at talking to people. Invent a reason for at least 2 of us to leave. Or be less charming, maybe, so I can send you away to find those ledgers.
What a waste. Poor kid's only crime was coming to Egypt.
It was an unfortunate breach of etiquette.
Unfortunate? This man was butchered.
Well, that would be an exaggeration, but I would like to point out the sheer difficulty of such an operation if performed using a larger blade. I'm sure you'll find it interesting.
You are a healer, aren't you?
I dabble.
Don't interrupt us, woman. Go away and let the men talk.
Indeed. And now tell us how that incision was made.
Now that the unpleasantries are out of the way, I assume we may finally discuss business.
A war? Well, we tend to win those. If you're talking about this minor disagreement between us and our wife, that is all it is. A minor disagreement.
Despite possessing endless wisdom, His Majesty is not used to dealing with Romans, especially not those with no position in the Senate. Let us slow down and clear some things up first.
I've traveled all this way so I can talk to my husband. I have absolutely no intention of watching 2 arrogant Romans exchange thinly veiled insults.
An advisory role to His Majesty, primarily protecting Roman interests. One's profit doesn't always cause the other's loss. The best business arrangements are reached when both parties benefit. The proconsul's death is a tragedy. We all mourn his loss. In times like this, it is natural to see enemies everywhere. Beware, however, that some people may interpret your words as accusations. It is unwise to speak of a crime of this magnitude without deeply convincing evidence. I haven't the faintest idea. Whoever arranged his murder must be very foolish indeed. Rome can be a valuable ally, but its wrath is terrifying.
Most people who are murdered simply deserve death. Perhaps this Lucullus wronged someone terribly.
Wise words, Your Majesty. Enemy is such a strong word. Egypt is a loyal ally of Rome, currently experiencing some civil disorder. Diplomatic channels remain open, as you can see.
A peace treaty? Are we at war? In my experience, soldiers often die. Your proconsul should have been careful. We do understand your anguish, but starting a war would be a bit of an overreaction. Don't you think? Perhaps. Let us first hear what you have to say.
Will you continue gossiping like old fishwives, or will we get to discuss terms finally?
All right. Let us hope Cinerus's incessant chatter will keep them busy for a while. But I'd say we have some time.
The question is, how do we get into that library? Magister would know.
This is the kind of sneaky thing you excel at, Calida. What do we do? That's right. Worst case scenario, some old librarian gets angry. I don't like where this is going.
I have an idea, Calida. Would you let me try?
Looks like they're renovating here. Think you could squeeze in? We can distract them, maybe.
Calida can easily seduce that sad old man.
She's the only one who fits through the hole. One of us will have to handle the distraction. I will not use attraction as a tool of war. That's not the kind of person I am. You think that will open the door?
I don't know. I'm improvising.
Do not wander off. You are in the palace of the most divine pharaoh of Egypt, and you will be watched closely.
Are you aiming to fashion some kind of tool out of that? Now, what are you going to do with this? It seems stable now. Rome was robbed of a skilled carpenter when you joined the Legion.
What have you built?
It's a lockpick. A tool for unlocking the door.
You continue to amaze me.
You did it! It seems to me that was not your first time using such a device.
Go on in and see what you can find. We'll keep watch out here.
So you want a permanent solution to our disagreement? Intriguing, we must admit. Let us hear your proposal.
My proposal is quite simple, darling. You shall cease your attack, and I shall assume my rightful place on the throne.
Ridiculous, as always. And when you sit on this throne, what should we do, we wonder?
I like this idea. It's creative and sufficiently humiliating for you. You shall rule Cyrenaica just like your grandfather, Physcon.
We are not amused anymore. Your jesting is tedious and insulting.
Irony is the rhetorical tool of simpletons. Well, I believe the best course here would be to arrange some sort of co-rule. granting both parties equal power.
Equal?
Indeed. That way, everyone's happy, and Rome continues to benefit from our trade deal.
Have you lost your mind? This is a terrible idea.
We have questioned the witnesses in the garden. The guard was killed by one of the Queen's servants.
That is fantastic, Marcellus. But if you're here, where's the rest of our visiting party?
They are relaxing outside. I thought.
You thought? Why do you keep trying to do things you're not good at? Why did you leave a potentially dangerous group of people free to roam these halls?
With all due respect, Senator, you are overreacting. There are royal guards posted all around. It's not like they will set the palace on fire.
Oh, hello. Who are you? I work for the Senate of Rome. I don't think you'll understand what I do. I keep track of the numbers for the Egyptian trade. That's not correct. We both work for the Senate. My name is Claudius Tranquillus. You need accounting? Do you have proof? I didn't want to do anything illegal. The Pharaoh made all sorts of threats. I just keep track of the numbers. He could not have done all those bad things without my work. The Pharaoh insisted I come here. The senator was very upset about it. There are no ledgers. I never write anything down. I keep all the numbers in my head. I did write that. It was for someone else, for the man who leads Wixie. He wanted a list, so I made it as hard to read as I could. I was never told. I don't think anyone knows, even in Wixie. We just know him as the Great Shadow. They are thugs and scoundrels. I don't know what the senator uses them for, but I know that there are currently 1,298 people getting paid out of those funds set aside for Wixie. Funds that were meant to be paid as tax to Rome. The proconsul's death brought a lot of attention to what we're doing here. I think it was the Pharaoh. I really wish I could, believe me, but they will kill us both if we try to leave. I will do whatever you want. I never meant to do anything wrong. Thank you.
Your Majesty, the personal guard of your guests are sneaking about and acting suspicious in places they should not.
And where exactly should they sneak about and act suspicious? Tell me. That's right, Locagos. Nowhere. Now leave us, and try to perform your duties adequately for a change.
Are you angry, darling? If the palace of our ancestors is falling apart, you have only your own incompetence to blame.
What's your endgame here, Legate?
Truly? And here I thought our interests were aligned. There is no need to remind me.
Your Majesty, we have reason to believe our guest Praetorian Guard is up to no good. We'll need to get you to safety.
Assassination? Was that your goal all along?
Your Majesty, if I may. We promised these people safe passage. I cannot allow the death of another Roman on foreign soil.
Very well. The next time we meet, it will be on the field of battle. You will regret making an enemy of me, Roman!
That was an interesting experience.
We didn't get caught, but apparently our mere presence was enough to raise suspicion.
Not exactly. It turns out there are no written records. But we have a witness instead, Tranquillus, the man who keeps records for Lurko and the Pharaoh.
He believes it was Ptolemy who killed Lucullus, so there's nothing we can use there.
Although it does mean our casus belli was sound, which is a great relief. Additionally, he confirmed that Lurko is stealing tax money from Rome, and he is willing to testify before the Senate. Unfortunately, that will not be possible until we invade the city and capture this palace.
I am glad that I was able to help you in this matter. But I refuse to spend another moment in this palace until I am its mistress. Come, we must leave.
Esteemed leader of Romans, it is not my place to send for you, but I will not let propriety stand in the way of what needs to be done. The matter I contact you about should be of great interest to you. Our great immortal Pharaoh has organized a festival in Memphis to rally support. He intends to legitimize his rule by the approval of Serapis himself. The old temples are restless. If you fail to act, there is no doubt this will be perceived as a victory for the Pharaoh, and thousands may enlist to his defense. Equally, this presents an opportunity for you. Foil his plans, and the Pharaoh will be exposed as an ineffective leader who does not have the favor of even his own dynasty's gods. Please meet me in my temple in Memphis as soon as you are able, and I will tell you of my idea. You will not regret it. May Ubasti favor you with a multitude of lives. Raya. You came! You very nearly got that letter in divine words, but fortunately, the cats led me to a Greek scribe who knows the Roman symbols. Sure, this happens all the time. If I follow a cat for a while, eventually it will lead me to where I need to be. Even I don't know I need to be there. I wasn't looking for a scribe, but the cats knew. Forever? It is forever old. It's always been here. A lioness came here once, burning with wrath. She was cooled by the waters of the Nile, transformed into a gentle cat, and settled in the temple. The cat is a holy creature. They live between the realms of the living and dead. To be a friend to cats is the greatest blessing imaginable. May your grain store be home to many cats. I know I overstepped my bounds in doing so. We only met very briefly, but I think a collaboration would benefit us both. As I wrote, the Pharaoh is arranging a festival of Serapis in Memphis. Serapis is a new god, more Greek than Egyptian. If you sabotage his festival, that will show everyone that he does not have the favor of the gods. Cats are not to be unleashed. They are dignified and mysterious creatures. If we can convince the priesthood of Sobek to join with us, those who remain faithful to the old gods can spread dissent throughout the festival. Then we are just in need of a few violent men to start a riot. Naturally, I thought of you. Does that mean you'll do it?
And have you cared to run this plan of yours past any of your sisters, Raya? I am the high priestess of this temple. Raya does not speak for all of us, though she likes to make it sound that way.
I am sorry, Tenor. I didn't mean to presume.
You speak of having to convince the priests of Sobek. Well, you have yet to convince the priestesses of Ubasti. Perhaps it would be wise to start there.
Help me save the lions from the arena.
That would certainly be a strong showing of good faith.
Indeed. The owners of the arena stage shows where the condemned are thrown to the lions. But lions should not be kept in captivity.
It is an affront to the goddess. We have appealed to them many times, but they are greedy and cruel.
Help me confront the hunters and release the lions they have captured. Then my sisters will know that you are a servant of Ubasti.
I swear on the goddess.
Really? Oh, I could hug you right now.
That was easier than I expected. I will wait here. Return when you have proven your good faith, Romans.
I'll go get ready. Meet me at the hunter's compound.
I mean you no disrespect. It was rash of Raya to invite you here without consulting me. To go through with her plan will require us to put much faith in you. We are much obliged. The arena and their abuse of such proud and noble animals has been a sore spot for us for many years. This is not a mere test. You are doing us a great service. Is there anything you would like to ask? That she is. She came to us when she was a small girl. She was orphaned by some terrible tragedy that she has never been able to speak of. And she wandered the desert for many weeks. Then one day, she just showed up on our doorstep and made herself at home. She said she followed the cats to us. Does it not? I knew at once she belongs with us. Of course, cats and women share a special connection. Only women are meant to serve the goddess. Fewer every year. It has been a long time since we were able to throw a proper festival in her honor. But there are still some who pay tribute to the old gods. Enough that we can keep the temple beautiful for her.
There you are. I'm all set. There aren't too many people around, so once we set the lions free, they should have a clear path out of the city along the Nile. The lions are kept at the back. The poor things. If you beat up the hunters, I will unlock the cages. Well, first of all, lions will definitely kill you before they eat you.
I assure you that is false. I have heard many gladiators scream in agony while they were eaten in the arena.
But secondly, I have a way with cats of all sizes. I'll do what I can to keep them from eating you. Just stay out of their way as much as you can. Follow me.
This girl is a few threads short of a toga.
We are under attack! To arms!
Oh, you beautiful baby. Please be still. I will release you from captivity. They're not angry, just disgruntled. There is nothing to fear. I will lead the lions down the Nile and out of the city. No harm will come to anyone. You should maybe stand back a little bit. I'll be safe, but I don't know about you. The lions are free! They did frighten some of the fishermen along the coast, but no one was hurt. I don't understand how people could keep lions in cages like that. It just isn't right. Let's go back and tell Tanner how well it went. Come along!
Raya has told me everything. I am very impressed, Roman. You have certainly proven yourself. She is favored by the goddess, no doubt about it. We are all lucky to have her.
Convincing the priests of Sobek should be no trouble at all. Old Nachte rails daily against the pharaoh.
I will speak to him myself on your behalf. It is as you say. He will welcome this chance to bloody Ptolemy's nose.
Come with me to the plaza in front of the Temple of Serapis. I am told the pharaoh is likely to make an appearance. A speech, most likely. He likes the sound of his own voice. No! Pay attention to your own plan. If you are seen to attack the pharaoh, all of Egypt will turn against you.
Ptolemy may be a god, but he's not a hero to his people. Let's not turn him into one. That depends on who you're talking to. We believe Serapis is a new and foreign god who seeks to replace the great Osiris.
The Greeks seek to replace our gods. Then they will replace us. But they know nothing of the cat. The cat endures. It would be an honor to have the queen on our side. She understands the people. If she comes with us, the pharaoh will be furious.
A furious foe can be dangerous, especially one that is as powerful as Ptolemy. You would also be risking the queen's life. Caution is the weapon of the wise.
We will show those piss-pots whose gods are greatest!
Mind your tongue, Raya.
Sorry, Tenor.